Boom. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy to have you all with us today. And no, this is not Good Morning Grails, but we're talking about something that can potentially be a future grail in the way future. Because let's face it, we're going to be waiting a long time to get this piece. But yes, we're here to talk about the new Black Panther that Hot Toys announced late last night. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. Stick around and let's join in on this great show. Hey, and what up, everybody? Yes, we're here. We got a good little size panel where everything going right now. Definitely. First up, let's go down the line right here. We got second brother right here. Let me turn on the names for all the people that don't know, but y'all should know us by now. We got second brother right there. How you doing, bro?
What's going on? What's going on, fellas?
Absolutely. And we got tripod daddy himself, Loco Lou.
What's poppin', people? You know what it is. Hit that like button on your way in. Hit the subscribe button, bell notifications, so that way you can get more on the latest and greatest when it comes to Hot Toys.
There you go. There you go. Couldn't have said it better myself. So, Hot Toys dropped this last night, guys. And man, oh man. I mean, personally, I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I'm excited. I like the fact that we're getting it. The last time we got this figure was in Civil War. I had that figure. It was cool, but I sold it a long time ago once I got the Black Panther figure from the movie. I thought that suit, I actually liked that suit a little better. And I actually thought it was better executed. The older version of this he was kind of like he had a V thing going on. The body was it was kind of a weird body, but it was a good figure. And I know a lot of people liked that one. But I am excited to get this one because it looks like the proportions are completely different and more up to date. I think it looks good. Second brother, I'm gonna go to you on this because I know you feel some type of way about 2.0s and reissues. This is kind of a reissue, but kind of not because the last time we got this figure, we didn't get a head sculpt at all. We got very minimum with it, to be honest with you. So, what's your thoughts on this, bro?
Well, I own both of the original from Civil War and the one from the film. And for my display, I use the original suit because I have a particular love for that original suit.
Yeah.
And you know how I feel about reissues or 2.0s or whatever that they're called. But if they're done and they're done in taste in a limited run, not to sit up there to make it obvious of a cash grab. I mean, it's perfectly fine. I see the refinements that they have done with the suit. They make it more real, make it more realistic with the film. And the stuff that I see that we're getting with this figure is like, oh, it's definitely one that's on the list. I actually was disappointed when they came out with the second edition, the movie version, and they had the traditional the warrior spear, but not the Zulu shield. Now we're getting the Zulu shield.
Yep.
That's something that's within itself of added value to the figure and more of a historical concept to the homage of Black Panther and to honor the memory of Chadwick Boseman. I think this of any figure that deserves a re-release in 2.0 and a revisit is to honor Chadwick Boseman before Black Panther. So this one I give a definite thumbs up to.
Okay.
And hot toys to jump out there to make those improvements to pretty much to immortalize this character and to immortalize Chadwick Boseman in this way. But I would say again, it look like we're going to the age of these reissues
Yep.
and trying to reinvent the wheel. So
Absolutely. No, those are all. I mean, dude, you said it great right there. And I mean, yeah, we are, and we're gonna hit on that. But first up, before I let you go, Lou, want to address the chat real quick. Real quick, we got some people, and we got 22 of y'all in here. Thank you so much. Always excited when I get people, get a good turnout on these pop up shows. I don't, be thinking y'all at work, like, man, y'all love me, but I know work is involved too. But definitely, thank you for being here. And Braden, my guy. Thank you so much, bro. Always the first one in here on every stream, telling you my honorary host. Thank you so much, bro. We got Renz Talentino in the house. Says good morning, BC and chat. Happy belated to Braden. Once again, happy belated birthday to you, Braden, as well. We got Ryan McCarthy. Said stoked. Definitely, I am too, brother. We got Jerry. Good morning, everyone. Currently watching from work. Thank you so much, Jerry. I appreciate that, bro. Don't get in trouble. Uncommon Flex, my guy Ty. He said, "Hey, I'm all in on this. Absolutely, I am too, brother. Thank you so much for being here." Miles Bennett Dyson said, "What's up, BC and people? What's up with you, bro? Thank you so much for being here." Uncommon Flex. Good morning, everyone. Again, Collector Joey. What's up, Collector Joey? Definitely. I'll be watching your video too, Joey, because I know you did a video on this as well, bro. And gotta say, love your thumbnails. You do excellent thumbnails, Joey. Definitely. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. You said Yomo. He said, what up with you, bro? Definitely. Hey, he's agreeing with you. He's agreeing with you, second brother. 2.0 madness. Absolutely.
mm,
Definitely. We got, hold on, King Tingaling. Good morning to you, man. Drop it all on the table. Good morning to you as well. Definitely. Insane one. Good morning to you as well. Frizzy's face is a good morning crew. I finally made one of BC's early lives. Dude, thank you so much, bro. I appreciate it so much for you being here. Bloodsport said must have, absolute must have, absolutely. Thank you so much. Dyson, when you said you can make a custom battle version with that second head. Damn, that is true. If there's
right.
a comfortable, dark-skinned Bison type of body out there, and I think there is.
There is, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I want to get more in depth in it later. I'll tell you later.
Oh, absolutely! Can't wait to hear that. Oh,
Well, you know what? That's when the plans come together. The
There you
plans
go.
come together.
There you go, Mr. Holbrook. Thank you for the 199 bomb. Thank you so much. We got a
Super weak.
I haven't seen one in a minute, but thank you. I love it. Thank you so much. Baby got to eat. If Hot Toys are smart, they'll reissue the throne too. Yeah, I think we're gonna see that. Said I wasn't pre-ordering anymore, but this is an exception. Hey, absolutely, Toy Box. Definitely feel you on that. Christian Lopez, he said, yo, good morning. Thank you so much for being here. And Unbox Tech. Good morning, group. Good morning to you as well. Sorry about that. Lou, continue. What is your thoughts on this 2.0?
This 2.0 is for those who are like yourself or like me, who either sold their original Black Panther or missed out on it. And this is a pleasant surprise, a pleasant upgrade, a nice homage figure, because this Black Panther is toe to toe with that Christopher Reeve Superman. You know what I mean? It's a deceased actor who played a role that a lot of people embody, that they see when they see the character, they see this actor, hands down. And when you put that actor's likeness into a comic, it's more ingrained into the visual minds of others. But there's also that actor prowess, and that's exactly what Chadwick had. You know, he had this even in his voice acting for What If. So this right here is a must-have. And the way I would have him displayed will be buying this one and take the accessories, get the Fison body. Just like what was said earlier, they do have the proper skin tone body. You just have to hunt for it. It's one of those hard grabs. They don't make much of it. I don't know why they don't make much of it, but they have it. It might not be in the same proportions as this suit, but you can get away with it because it is a suit. It has its own armature, its own musculature with it. But really, all you need is that extra Fison body. Throw that on there. Put the mask on there if you will as well. Have him holding the mask, have him holding both the spear and the Zulu shield, and you're going home with it. That's the way it is, and I think this is a hands down purchase. Is it a dopo for me? Day one pre-order? Absolutely. For
Yeah.
me. Because I missed out on the first one and I have my Mezco Black Panther and I don't want to break that figure. And that's the one based on the film of Black Panther, where he has the newer suit. I enjoy the suit, but this is my suit. This is the suit that I'm like, yeah, he looks like this is Wakanda tech. You want to see Wakanda tech? This is Wakanda tech right here. You know, this is the armor that we have. You shoot me, it's like this. Are you serious? That didn't do nothing. Nothing. And that's through a mask. It's like,
Yep.
yeah. So,
Absolutely.
goodbye.
No, I think you guys brought on some real good points right there. So he said, "Watch your sip." Says this is definitive Black Panther hot toy. Going to sell my solo movie one once this releases. I wouldn't do that personally. I mean, if you have to, hey, do what you got to do. But me personally, I wouldn't do that because that solo film release, one, is a different suit. It's definitely a different suit. Two, you get that whole. I mean, it is mostly cardboard and and a black UV light, but you do get that. You do get that.
Power effect.
You get that power
power.
effect, and you see the suit. Yeah, that is a good thing. I mean, once again, I think that's a good release, and I still think that's a good thing to have. That's actually a future Good Morning Grails episode on that piece as well. But I wouldn't sell it to get this. But I mean. They are making it kind of hard because with this 2.0, I mean, you get some innovation in it. Let's just go through these pics real quick. Just looking at the posability of the articulation of the screen. And this right here, they do Hot Toys does things for a reason, and they show us the comparison from the old one from the MMS 671, which this one is, to the MMS 363. Damn, didn't even realize we were that far up. This is, like a complete generation later. Seeing this, and then you seeing the improved suit texture details, like you were saying, Lou, just makes all the sense in the world. The newly added foot articulation, which looks way more realistic than what we got earlier. Going back to you, second brother, do you think? I mean, I think this is a means. This was a good way to sell the 2.0. Do you think this?
It's a good way to justify.
Yeah,
doing the 2.0 to give those comparisons that are there between the original and the new one. So for folks who want to pose their figures and put them in those dynamic poses, this is more of an advantage to have, because the original suit is really not that forgiving when you do dynamic, drastic poses to it. So, with this coming out, I hope they take this to start off to really celebrate and really to embrace on the Black Panther film by giving us M'Baku, giving us Dua Milaje, to give us Okoye, all to give us those characters again. But I would turn around and say, in the sake of dealing with this figure, it's good that they put these comparisons there. They did that with the Iron Man.
Yep.
They did it with that, and that was for me. I pre-ordered it. I'm just like, okay, you sold me because you gave me the comparisons between the two, and to actually show that we're not pulling this out of our vault, adding a little bit more shine to it, and putting it back out.
Exactly.
You reinventing the wheel, and you reinventing the wheel in a good way. So, yeah, you definitely see the differences of the body. It's more leaner, more muscular. You can tell me, definitely see those differences there. It's just, I mean, it's how can I say? It's a slam dunk. It's a slam dunk right there.
It really is. It definitely really is. Lou, going back to, we're going to talk about articulation.
Oh, I'm the man.
You want to kill it. you're going to kill it with this. Like, look at these poses that you can get this in. And Second Brother just said like the older one. That was my problem with the older one. It couldn't pose for shit.
Well,
I had
it
it because
was
it was a good representation of Black Panther, but this is just
yeah, with recent advances with the PS4 Spider-Man game and the Miles Morales game, you'll see that a lot of the figures themselves had the newer ratchet joints, the tighter, smooth joints, and then also the fabric-forgiving suits that they have. Yeah, you can keep it posed for a specific amount of time, and then it's forgiving afterwards. But it has to stay in that museum pose for it to heal up. But if they do this similar to what they did with the Scarlet Spider, and give us that texture with the lycra material and give us that overlay, this may be the best suit that they've ever done, unless it's similar to the Miles, like
right.
the Into the Spider-Verse Miles. If it's anything like that, that's going to be a blessing in disguise, because right now we only know what we know about the first one and then what we've seen with the second one. And real quick, just to go back about selling that second one, I wouldn't do that. And here's why. We only have T'Challa in 2 variations, and then we have Killmonger. You only have 4 Black Panther suits. You don't have 42, 46, 80, 50, whatever. You only get 4. And then whatever comes out for Wakanda Forever, for, no spoilers, but, whatever comes out from there. You get what I'm saying? So a handful of Black Panther is better than a whole army of Iron Man, if that's your go-to. You get what I'm saying? You can have one nice and neat, and one to mess around with and have some fun. And this one looks like it's going to be a fun figure. You got the toe articulation, you got the ankle pivot, you got the ab crunch. The ab crunch looks like it could possibly be a ratchet joint similar to what we got with the Spider-Man classic suit. And I think the Miles also has that, the video game Miles. Like, the ratchet joints is key for holding the poses. And just imagine the photography you could do with this, let alone just the display ability of this figure. This is going to be one of those figures that's just, you have to have. If you got rid of your first one, or I'm going to speak a little bit of sacrilege, if you were desperate enough and got yourself that KO, and you know how trash that KO one is, here's your chance. Your chance. Because that KO one was that filler, and you don't want a filler. You want the one. I'm sorry, you need to make sure that if you want something in your collection to stay in there, you keep it in your collection. In Black Panther, there's only one Chadwick. There's only, right now, one Black Panther that we know and love, and we're wondering how are they going to do this role reversal type thing. Are they going to do it? Is it going to happen? Or are they going to stay true to the comic and give us the pass down? This is a lot of questions that need to be answered, but that's for later on when it does happen. Right now, this isn't offering a proper offering in my eyes. And I think this one right here will outshine a lot of the other offerings that are coming out.
Absolutely.
So this is in the same space as Mark III reissue. This is in the same space as any RoboCop. Like, RoboCop is a classic, and you get a little bit of the old with the new accessories, that arm gun and the rocket launch, the rocket pack, jetpack. Like, those are pleasant offerings, things that people will actually like. Okay, that's different, or that's new, that's redone. Not so much new, but we needed it again, kind of thing. This is the need. We needed a newer Black Panther, updated Black Panther for that original suit. And I can't wait to have this in hand. The articulation looks great. And just look at the way the head's tilted back.
Yeah.
He's hunched over, head tilted back.
Yeah.
That's range of motion. That's that Spider-Man style body kind of range of motion. So absolutely. I look forward to having this, bro. And imagine the post session I'm gonna have with this. Oh my god! I think I'm gonna have to get you, me, Lael, and everybody else. Be like, yo, Lael, we need to do a take your position with the whole posse one more time. You know what I mean? Exactly. Get everybody in there.
Exactly. You hit it right there on the head, bro. We got 41 up in the house, man. Hit that like button, guys. Thank you so much for being here on the chat. You guys are awesome. Want to bring up Jerry's question right here, or question or comment. Says this makes me wish I was still doing Marvel Hot Toys. I moved on to collecting MCU statues. Hope Queen makes a quarter scale statue of Black Panther. You know, we were on with Queen on Waleo's channel a couple weeks back, and I really didn't like, and, no shade to our guy that, over there. He's great. No shade to him at all. He's awesome. But I did not like the fact that they didn't have plans for too many characters of color. And I'm like, Black Panther is as big as Black Panther is. You guys don't have anything. I know they said something about maybe like looking into sports, but if Black Panther is so obvious, I'm like, if anything, they definitely need that, and I'm sure that they will. And I believe Queen did they did a Black Panther statue at some point. Did they not at some point? Lou, do
I'm
you
not
know?
sure. I'm not sure. I'm not into statues. I'm a toy guy. I'm into figures. So when it comes to it, honestly, I'm gonna go to the one who delivers first. You know what I mean? And
There
Hot
you
Toys already delivered, and we know the reputation that Hot Toys brings. So, you know, if you know what you're getting, like think of it like a restaurant. You know what you're getting in this restaurant. That's why it's your favorite restaurant.
All right.
You go over there, you could pick up anything in the menu multiple times if you want, or you could wait for the soup of the day. It's really up to you and then your preference. And as this being the meal ticket, because it costs a premium to buy these figures. This is not a Marvel Legends game. This is Hot Toys, and Queen and everyone else that do statues and stuff like that. That's a different animal altogether, and you would have to be very patient for anyone to pick up a statue of color to be there. Like, who was it? Was it XM Studios? They recently did the Miles from the PS5 video game. I forgot. It was a stoic one, and I think Brendan Riley had it a couple of weeks ago and showed it off, and it's magnificent. It's a quarter scale statue of Miles, so it's not beyond the realm of possibility. But then again, you're waiting, and it's the waiting game. But Hot Toys, they're delivering now, and I'm sorry, we did the swap, but every collector chooses their battles, and me, I collect everything, so it's like statues is a no for me because everything else matters to me as far as figures go, small scale, big scale, what have you.
Figures, absolutely. Second brother. So I know we're pretty much this is in the future, and like Lou was saying, we're in the now with Hot Toys. They're doing Black Panther. If InArt, let's say if InArt did a Black Panther figure, and we don't have it yet, we don't know. We're still trying to figure out what what this InArt thing is gonna, what it really is gonna look like. But if they did do like a quarter scale statue Black Panther, do you think you'll be in the market for that? You think you'll get one? Can't hear you. You're muted.
InArt is a figure, or InArt is a statue?
I'm sorry. As an NR, if NR did a Black Panther figure, would you be on board with getting one?
Well, to be honest with you, compared to seeing this, what can NR do? What can NR do? Only thing NR can do is put natural hair on the skull. That is it.
I mean, we don't know. I mean, that's the thing. We don't know exactly how they would attack.
I would like to see, and that's
because if they did that
beauty
would
of this.
Awesome.
It's like Hot Toys set that bar.
Yep.
InArt already excelled over that bar with the Joker and Pennywise.
Yep.
I think this would be the ultimate challenge for InArt. And with the thing with making the challenge is make the suit leather.
Yeah.
Make the suit leather.
Yeah.
Make it where it can articulate better than what you're saying with that leather.
Yeah.
Have textured skin. Make it that when you touch it, it creeps you out because the thing feels like it's life size. I mean, this is what
yeah,
that's what I would expect.
Yeah, I mean, they would have to do something like that because I'm not sure if their figures, and that's where we got to wait to see. The Hot Toys body, that true type body that was always the selling point of any Hot Toys. That true type body, that was the thing that made the articulation possible. And Hot Toys, from what we've been told, these things are not going to have that range of articulation. They're going to look, it's going to look like the damn actor right there, but they're not going to have that range of articulation. So, it's going to be interesting to see if they do attack this, how they will. First, let me bring this up. Hey, this is my gal right here. Dana, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us.
And Dana asked the question too.
Oh, she did? Oh, let me see.
Yeah, she asked about Luke Cage.
That's
about Luke Cage.
We need a Luke Cage figure. She also brings Zoe. Yes. As Catwoman. We definitely need that. We definitely need. Like I said, I'm not going in that line until we get that. So definitely, absolutely agree with you 100%.
Yeah. Representation is important, and it's important in the sense that you, like, for me, I'm Hispanic Latino. I am in between. I'm in the mix. I have my roots native and out into the other side of the motherland, and also in Spain, and then here in New York. I am a mixed individual, so my culture branches everywhere. So wherever I see a tether of my identity, right, I'm going to gravitate to. You know what I mean? And a couple of shades and a little bit of hair doesn't mean nothing. Like, you can go down to your blood and figure out who you are. And this is one of those things you add to it. You know what I mean? It's like, this is going to go with my African drums and my representations of the darker, queen that's in my house. You feel what I'm saying? Like, my wife is darker than me, and it's in her blood too as well. But she got it more than I do. My Native American roots, like, give me Prey, give me our lead role from there. Representation is so important. Miles is a perfect representation of me right there, because he has everything there that I've done. In this, not being Spider-Man, but I could pose. I did graffiti for a while, but I don't do it now because Daddy got to take care of business. But that's the style. J's and all that up. Hoodies. That's my style. If you see me outside in the wintertime, it's hoodies all day. If you see me without a hoodie, something's wrong. Or it's a special occasion. One or the other. But I always rock a hoodie. I got hoodies for days. But back to representation with figures and in arts. Yeah, we see what they can do. We don't know what their bodies can do. I think we are going to get ratcheted joints and double jointed stuff because they're listening, but they don't know how to deliver it. I think it's going to be a surprise when we get the Joker, the Pennywise, because the Pennywise looks double jointed all the way around. No. Pennywise is what we've seen,
right,
all the way around.
It's funny. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, one more thing. But what scares me is this: the magnetic stuff, the magnetic wrist pegs, the forearms and stuff like that. Can it hold what it holds? In the sense, does it hold enough weight when it holds up? You know what I mean? It's one thing when it's a head sculpt, and it's another thing if you're, let's say they did a Spider-Man or somebody that's supposed to be very agile, and like think of Beast or this dude Schmeagol from Lord of the Rings. Yeah. How would you have him posed up if you want him to do some acrobatical stuff? As a display, something to stand out in your display. If he has magnetic hands and other limbs, feet, whatever is magnetic on him, is he going to hold up? That's my concern.
I think with that, it'll be a whole thing about how their engineering is with their accessories. Like, if their accessories are going to be light enough to hold those magnets. Because, magnets are pretty strong. Depending on which ones they use, you get some good ones, some good small ones. But they also have to be small enough. In the smaller the magnet, the less, hold you have. So, it's going to be interesting to see how that's done. But it all depends on their engineering. But I think they can. I think they can really make it work.
Yes. Like, example. Yep. Real quick, one example. If you look at the Venom has two head sculpts. Magnet is strong on that. But if you look at the DX19, it's not as strong.
That's right.
And that's due to the design, because it has that circular ring versus it being a solid magnet like the Venom is. So that's what I'm worried about, because I could feel the weakness of the magnet depending on how big or small the magnet is. So, that's just a concern for me for in-arts. But granted, some figures like Joker doesn't need to be posed like that in dynamic poses. But Pennywise, you can put him in anything. It's Pennywise.
Absolutely.
So
Nah,
Yeah.
I mean, y'all hit it there on the head, definitely. And I want to go to this. Dana, thank you so much for those comments. I definitely appreciate you joining the chat. That is awesome. Awesome. See you here. Love it. Yeah, and I want to address this. And I know we're going a little bit off topic, but yeah, the NR hope NR goes for that Zoe Kravitz. And he also brings up, since no one else has, besides that third party sculpt was horrible. Yeah, that third party Zoe Kravitz Catwoman is ridiculous. Shamo fun.
Well,
Shamo, love that
at
name.
least it was done.
It's horrible though. If you
I
have,
know it's horrible. It's horrible, but at least it throws it out there and someone see how horrible it is. They're like, you know
yeah,
what? I got to one up this one, and some company picks it up. They're like, you know what? That's a travesty. This is the real deal. Hopefully that motivates a company to do that figure justice, because how well Batman has done and what they put into it. If you don't put a Zoe with that,
yeah,
that is, you can't make no more of a definition of a missed opportunity than that.
yeah.
you know something that makes so much sense. They've never made a Catwoman figure, Hot Toys or anyone else besides the sideshow
Selena
comic
Kyle.
book version. Yeah, Selena Kyle. There's no Selena Kyle figure ever. Not even in the Batman Returns.
Yep.
All we got was Batman. We didn't get a Catwoman, nor did we get a Penguin.
We need that, and I've been begging for that for a long time. I definitely want. I need a Michelle fight for Catwoman. I want them to do the whole 1960s line. We can go all day on that. For
Mhm.
sure.
Definitely.
Collective Madness says this is a day one for me personally. He says I've been dying for them to do another Black Panther. I missed out on the other. Side note. Good morning, y'all. Good morning, y'all, and hope all y'all have a great weekend. Dude, Chris from Collective Madness, thank you so much. Definitely appreciate that. Danny brought up another thing. He said, I'm pissed on Moon Knight show. Barely touched his Jewishness, his Jewish roots. Yeah, yeah, yep. But I'm not sure if we're going to get a season 2. I hope we do, because it's a lot when Moon Knight that they could have, that they still can tackle and go in on.
Moon Knight, they had a pile of stuff they could have done with that show. I mean, I'm saying it wasn't a bad show.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked it. I enjoyed it, but it was missing a lot of things.
It was bad pacing. It was rushed.
That's another show that needed 12 episodes.
I totally agree.
It needs 4 seasons, honestly. It needs 4 seasons to get down to the root of it, in my opinion.
Mhm.
Backstory of the villain, backstory of the relationship, backstory of the relationship with Khonshu. Back, like, when I say the relationship, I'm talking about relationships within everyone else. What's this? Sean Smith. What's up, Logo Lou? Got my Hot Toys Doom custom. They showed it on Geekin. Now wanting you to see it. I'll check it. I'll check it out on a replay, bro. I'll check it out on a replay. Definitely,
Dana
I
is
will.
bringing the thunder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dana is bringing the thunder.
Yep. She is.
I love it. I like it, man.
Yes, please. Yep. She's a real
Yeah.
one. Dana's a real one, so definitely.
Yeah.
Good to have her in the chat.
Yeah, they could have flushed that one out too. That's
Yep.
another thing. Like, one season could be about the relationships between specific individuals, how they interact with each other, when do they intertwine, and then tell the story as it goes along. That's how you tell a good, season story. You don't need it to be like Supernaturals or any of the other uh series that have been more than 6-7 seasons. Just give us about 4 seasons, 12 episodes each season, and call it a day.
Absolutely. Totally agree. We got 52 people in here. Hit that like button. Guys, thank y'all so much. You guys are awesome, 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 awesome stream. Jumping back in on this figure right here. Man, we're seeing, like, somebody in the chat actually said that too. We've been seeing a lot of 2.0s and a lot of like reissues and stuff. This is like a new Hot Toys that's coming out now. They're really going back to the well on a lot of stuff, because they know there's new collectors every day. and there's been collectors that have just frankly missed out on pieces. So they have to get them up, and I mean that does kind of anger the collectors of old a little bit, because it's like, hey, what am I doing with my collection here? Does this stuff that I have now, does it mean anything? Is it still gonna be worth anything? I'll say this, second brother, what do you think is gonna happen now that we're getting this one? What do you think is gonna happen to the older Civil War version of Black Panther? You think we're gonna lose? You think it's gonna lose value? You think it's gonna be?
Of course,
Yeah,
of course, it's going. Everyone goes for the new thing, and I am in that older collector category. That's why I am so not. I won't say totally against reissues, but like my attraction to Hot Toys of them being original, them having innovation. But if they see something where they can improve on, make a stark difference between the two, because you have some that are there to, like myself, that I look at these as figures I enjoy. This is something in my collection because I usually collect things and I keep it forever.
No.
But at one point, I wanted to, for my appreciation of it and the investment that I made, I want the appreciation of the value also.
right.
But when you start doing too many reissues of everything, then they turn around and get to the point. It's like, well, okay, what's the use? If, say, for instance, you have this figure there and you have the original OG, and you had an option to get either one, you're going to move to the new one.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen. You're going to move to the new one because it got all the stuff the old one doesn't have.
Yep.
And then the difference is, of that Black Panther, they didn't, with that Civil War Black Panther, the sales was mediocre.
Yeah.
It sold out, but it didn't do like a, whoa, this thing, you better grab it before you can get it. It lingered for a little while.
Yep.
And then, it just went to waitlisted and from there.
Yeah, because I mean, it was the first, appearance of him in the MCU, and the figure, frankly, didn't come with a lot either.
No.
It was just a suit. It was just a suit, and the claws.
Suit and claws. That was it.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna say this: do you guys? And this goes for you. This goes for you two, and you two as well, Lou. You guys can jump on it. Chad, you can jump on this as well. I've been thinking about this because I've been comparing Hot Toys to sneakers. And you can't really, I mean, they're two totally different things. We both know that. But how they collect are two totally different things as well. People collect sneakers. Some people wear them. Some people wear them. And some people just collect them and don't wear them at all. They buy, it's the rule of two. You buy two, one to cop, one to stock. But what we've seen with sneakers, like, for instance, we look at the Jordan, Space Jams from 2009. You have those. If you tried to buy those today, they would be more expensive than the Space Jams that came out in 2016. They would be a little bit more expensive. Do you see? I mean, and I guess what I'm getting at, the older the figure, if it's taken out of rotation and it's not able to be found anymore, shouldn't the value go up on it? Or do you think the figure community just doesn't care? We don't think that way. We just want the latest and greatest. Lou, your comments on that?
I think it doesn't matter at this point in time, the climate, because they're just pumping them out. So all the older figures get thrown in the trash, so to speak, and all the new ones get the praise. The only ones that actually hold and retain any value are the ones who are never made anymore. They don't get a second suit. They don't get a 2.0. They don't see a second day of light. And it's hard to gauge that unless there's an actual issue. Here's a case in point. Hellboy. First two movies were great for the first one. Then you had the revamped version, right? The first figure didn't hold up to snuff, right? Then you got the new figure. It holds up to snuff, but the movie was crap.
No.
Which one has more value?
Yeah.
Which one gets more bang for your buck?
No.
That's where it's boiling down to now. what gives you the bang for your buck, who comes with the most stuff, and is it the full representation. Here's a prime example, going from Hot Toys to a Mezco. This Wolverine right here, this guy right here is the full total package. You get your classic Jim Lee style, right? You get your classic Jim Lee style Wolverine, and you get your first appearance. You remove the buckle, put a different head sculpt. You got your first appearance Wolverine. If you want a '90s Bone Claw Wolverine, you can get that too with this suit. Just change the wrist pegs and change the belt again. If you want a more modern day Jim Lee style, change the belt to the black belt, and you got yourself a modern day Jim Lee style. It's versatile and versatility. Versatility plus longevity equals to the purchase. If it's just a one-off, it's like, okay, they improved it. So since it's been improved, the older one gets thrown to the trash. Think of it like, I don't want to say think of it like a car, but you kind of have to, because there's the difference between a classic car and then the newer model cars. It's like, the classic cars, you can't find those parts anymore. You know what I mean? But the difference between a 10-year car and a 10-year figure, it varies, and parts change all the time. Plus, due to the materials of that, is going to increase or decrease the price. It all also comes down to demand. So right now, there's a demand for it, that people are asking for it. The new movie's coming out. So it's a little bit of both. It's like you both hands are washing each other, and then both hands are washing the face situation here. Because Hot Toys knows that Black Panther Wakanda Forever is coming out. They know that people love the second suit, but they prefer the first suit for some odd reason. For some people, other people are indifferent and prefer the second suit over the first suit. They know the first suit had issues, and what's the best way to revisit a character and pay homage to it if we're not getting that actor in the next film? You go backwards and you find something that melds two. You get two in one stone.
Exactly.
You get the Civil War from Black Panther, and boom, you got yourself a brand new figure, updated body, head sculpt, things that we were missing in that first offering. So if it's newer and improved, the older one doesn't necessarily retain its value. And here's a prime example of that.
Yes.
Predator. Hot Toys Predator.
Yeah.
They were model kits. They were kits you put together.
That's right.
They didn't come fully out the box ready to go. You had to put on the netting. You had to put on the armor. You had to put all those things on and run the risk of breaking the ball joints that were there attaching to the figure. And that's the same thing for the xenomorphs, the aliens.
Exactly.
So, updates improve everything else. That's why Scar Predator and all the AVP line stuff, the 2.0 bodies, those fetch for a higher price tag than the older ones, just due to the nature of the figure. So
very true. I mean, couldn't have said it any better. That's right. And I mean, you in league with Jerry is saying right here. It said with sneakers, sometimes the older ones are made with better materials, which is with figures, it's the opposite. Very true. I mean, we're advancing. Technology is getting better. Head sculpts are getting better. Paint applications are better. And I just think at this point, as collectors, as veteran collectors, we have to look at it as at some point everything is going to be 2.0. I just think that's just where we're at. And in a way it should be. But I do see what they're doing with a lot of the older figures, where to retain those releases, they don't come with the stuff that other figures come with. Like going and I brought it up last night with the Bespin Luke. Yes, we get an updated head sculpt. The thing looks really good, looks, way closer to Mark Hamill than DX07 does. But DX07 Bespin Luke is its own thing. It comes with that weather vane from Cloud City. It's two figures, a 2-figure 2-pack. That I think that will always retain somewhat of its value from what it was and what it represented at that time. But that would just depend on the collector. As Dana said right here, think the value is in the eye of the owner, and that's just what it comes to at the end of the day. Buy these things not for the sake of flipping or the sake of hey, I just want to have I just want to they're not stock. They're not. If you do it just right and you know what you're getting into and you know when to buy and know when to sell, you can do that game, but that's still a dangerous game to play with such pricey items. You might as well just go buy stock. That's my
Yeah.
thing. You know what I'm
Mhm.
Yeah, buy Hot Toys stock. If you're into Hot Toys, you like what they're doing, buy stock from Hot Toys, or buy stock from Hasbro, or buy
There you
Disney
go.
stock, whatever. Like that.
There you
That's
go.
that's the stocks you want to get into if you're looking, to make some money. You like know your stuff. But I wanted to get back to the value of the owner. Let's go back to that Bespin Luke, the one that you own, right? Which was it, DX17 or DX7?
DX07.
DX07.
No.
DX07. That right there would hold its own value because one, it's not a single body like the newer one is, and it's a battle damaged pack. You got a clean version and you got a battled version. You also have the severed hand. That's
Right.
going to be that's the chase right there. That severed hand one. That's the one that
I chased that
creates
figure
the
for 4
scenes.
years.
Sure enough.
I chased it for 4 years.
That right there is the look at the puppy. I'm sorry, dogs. I love dogs. I'm an animal lover. But the severed hand is a moment in Star Wars that everyone remembers and everybody gets it wrong if they think they know Star Wars.
Yep.
So
It's true.
You
Yeah, you brought a good point. I mean, second brother, how do you feel about that? The values in the eye of the owner and, just the thing with 2.0s. How do you feel about it? Can't hear you. Can't hear you. We can't hear you.
second brother, your volume's not going through.
We can't hear you. Can't hear you. Nope.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you, bro.
What's going on here?
Now
There
you're good.
you
Now
go.
you're good. Now you're
There
good. Now
we
you're
go.
good.
Okay, what the hell was going on with that? Okay, so as you were saying, the value is in the eye of the owner is how the way you feel about your collection, what you're adding into your collection, the purpose for it. You have some people out there just playing flippers, and
Right.
they just go in and they get what they're going to get out of it and make money. Myself personally, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I never sold anything on eBay because I just saw the process of going through. I said, man, I don't have the patience for that. I had patience to wait almost 3 years for a figure,
Right.
but I don't have patience, to go through the haggle, going through back and forth and all that crap. But the exception of the 2.0 is particularly with this figure here, because Chadwick is no longer with us.
Yes.
He is loved as a character. I put him in the same category when they did Count Dooku with Christopher Lee. And Christopher Lee, great actor, is no longer with us. And what perfect way to immortalize him in two ways: when they made him as Dracula,
Yes.
and when they made him as Count Dooku.
That's right.
So I give exceptions with 2.0s when those type of situations. So for the new Black Panther film to come out and the news coming around it, you have no choice but to recognize the original, recognize the actor that gave that success for that film. But all in all, for going 2.0s and going down that road, it's going to would be a little. I am a little bothered by it because your collection, your originality of your collection, for you to turn around and was like, okay, I look at DX07 for instance. As you know, I keep saying time and time again, I chased that figure for 4 years.
Yep.
And I finally got my hands on one. The same for the Terminator. And I look at it, okay, they're not going to produce this again. Okay, I got my hands on it. And that was a part of what we talked about last night. It's part of the chase. It's a part of the game.
Absolutely.
But when you can turn around almost guarantee 2 years from now, that figure that you had, that you chased 4 years for, all of a sudden in a snap of a finger is back available. That, that kind of takes to me personally, that kind of takes the spirit out of collecting.
It
It
does.
takes the spirit out of it because you just sit back like, come on. If I'm trying to go to this chase to get this, and next 2 or 3 years later, boom, it's back out. That's just it's going back like with Toy Biz, where they made multiple figures and put
The
different
chase.
skin on them and say, oh, you got Dark Phoenix, but that was originally Jean Grey's Phoenix. Or
Right.
you did Psylocke, and it turns out to be Electro. And something
Right.
right. When you start doing
The chase.
right, you start doing that, you're like, all right, man, it's time for me to stop doing it.
I'm out.
Like it's time out. It's time to stop doing
Tap
it.
out season.
Yeah.
Right. So with that being said, but that's a total different situation with Hot Toys. I just hope Hot Toys be a little selective of what they do. They 2.0s, and I think that would be fine. But where every time, if you look every 4 years, you get a reissue or something, that could be a problem.
And you're right. You hit it there on the head. I think if we if they do it if they do it in a way where they put a lot of thought into it, it makes sense for them to do it like that. But yeah, if they're just not 2.0 and everything, and I don't think they are. I think we're going to see them do 2.0s, but it's going to be done with care, so to speak. I think that's it just depends. We got to see where this is going to go, because even if they do it too often, I think a lot of savvy collectors are going to notice it and they're going to jump. Like you're going to say, they're going to be out, and then they're going to be looking at other options like in art and all that, and then you'll start seeing that shift. Like when second brother, we did this when we were all in on Toy Biz, and then we left Toy Biz and was like, okay, this is trash now. Let's move on to McFarlane. And then we moved on to McFarlane to Real Toys. We had a little lull where we stopped collecting for a minute. Then we jumped into Hot Toys. Then I think we started when we went to Bust, because Busts were numbered.
Right.
And
Right.
we moved to that. And that was, it was more value with those. Then eventually we both moved into Hot Toys. So, I just hope they don't play themselves out doing all these 2.0s. I think Howard Chan is smart enough to know that. He's being real methodical on which ones, certain ones that need to be 2.0. Before we continue, gotta say, Luminar, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here, my lady. Awesome.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Absolutely. Want to bring up, and this probably be
a little guy said, sorry, cut you off. Illuminar, little guy said, good morning.
He loves Illuminar. Yes, he does.
There he does.
Absolutely. Gotta get all of them on the show. Definitely. Toy Box brought up a good question right here. This may be our last one. Well, we got two more, and then we're gonna close out. Toy Box says, do you think it would have been better to reissue the Solo movie figure as an in-game release? Brother, I'm gonna tell you, that's going to happen. Second brother, your thoughts on that?
Okay, the Solo movie figure as an in-game release,
because that's the same suit he wore in an in-game that he wore at the end of the Black Panther film. We're going to see that. We're going to see that.
Okay.
Because personally, I was thinking about like my whole in-game line. I was like, okay, I want to put the whole in-game line together. And then when I thought about it, I was like, well, Black Panther was in that. He's in that final battle, but I don't want to move him from the Black Panther movie section I have in my collection. So I was like, damn, I need another Black Panther. So I can see them doing this. Also, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I definitely see them doing that with Scarlet Witch. We're definitely gonna get an in-game Scarlet Witch. So
I mean, yeah, they're gonna have that. They need some improvements on that figure.
Yeah.
They need some improvements on it.
Absolutely.
And it's kind of a slippery slope, because you put it on a scale, and it's like, okay, sometimes there's a need for it and sometimes it's not. But then one of the folks in the chat was just saying, like, okay, with these re-releases, they're behind on first releases. So when you're going to take the priority between the two? We talked about this last night. I think this is filler.
Yeah, absolutely.
To buy them time.
Absolutely.
But that also you fall into the transparency category. So you fall into that. It was like, okay, we got certain figures that we've been patiently waiting on, and we see these 2.0s, and then how quick they're being turned out, i.e. Cap and Iron Man. This is like, okay. And Hot Choice, I think Hot Choice is doing this trying to be unpredictable.
I think that's what I'm saying. I think it's all. I think them being unpredictable and not letting us know it's all by design, so they can pretty much do what they want. And when stuff does get like too delayed, they give us a backstage. That's the thing. Like, because in a little bit, we're going to see a backstage. We're going to see a backstage with all the figures we've been waiting on: Cable, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka. We're going to get a backstage, and I say either we're going to get a release soon, or either they're just going to drop them all, or we're going to get a backstage, and we're going to get like we had that big lull back in the springtime and they released everything from that. We with the Miles, with the DX19, the Tumbler, all that stuff. They're going to do that, and I think that's their way of ribboning this whole thing about not letting us know, not letting us be in on the know of what they're doing, so they can do what they want to do. I think it's by design at this time.
There's another thing that you guys are forgetting: licensing issue. There's a time stamp for everything. You have a window to produce. It's the same thing in film, but the time lapse are different. So it's like if you put one Black Panther out, boom, you have a Black Panther license. You could do it for these amount of films. How long can you wait before you produce something else before you lose the license or retain the license? And I think that's probably an issue what we're seeing with the reason why we're not getting Alien figures or Predator figures from Hot Toys, because they're trying to stretch that window of release, kind of like what they're doing with the DeLorean Back to the Future stuff. It was a while, 7 years before we got to see this come out. 7 years.
And I think that was awful, because you had people that waited and was like, okay, this is never going to happen. I'm selling my Marty. I'm selling my Doc. And then it comes out and they're like, well, damn, now I don't have a Marty and Doc, but I want a damn DeLorean. I want a DeLorean. They never thought they would be able to reach it because of this whole thing about no 2.0s or, keeping the integrity of the initial releases. And now that's not so much a thing anymore.
But then still, if you turn around and buy certain figures and that's your plan, if that's your plan, that's a part of the game. If you want to get Marty, you get Doc, and the DeLorean is sitting out there somewhere, but that's within your plans. You should plan for that. I think, and personally, I'm sitting up there like, okay, if I'm going to dip into this line, I'm gonna go all in. So wherever money it takes for me to try to make it happen, I'm trying to make it happen because I'm late to the game. I know this is sitting out here. I got these, so I may have to sacrifice a Thor. I may have to sacrifice a Cat. I may have to sacrifice a Cable to get this to complete my collection. And then I have to circle back around to them.
Great point, because it's happened to me. Spider-Man. I was contemplating getting into Hot Toys when I saw Spider-Man. What was it? Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man from Hot Toys, and I was like, yeah, I could get both versions, and I'm set. And but where's the bad guys? We don't got no bad guys to go with it. And that was my turning point, because I was still young-minded. I was still in the habit of having my villains with my heroes, so that way I could do the displays that I want to do. Now we're in the perfect climate for it. I missed out on it, but here's my second chance with this new Toby, this new Andrew, and I could actually get the ones that I actually wanted in my collection and complete my Spider-Man, gallery, if you will, because I'm trying to not get multiples of the same character, but if it's different suits of this character, and I don't have to go back to a second, I don't need a 2.0 because the first one is perfect, then, I don't need to do it. It's not for me. That's for the ones who missed out.
Absolutely.
So, you could still retain value in your piece. You don't have to always get the 2.0 unless you are that adamant of getting it. Like 2.0s are for those who really missed out, or the figure that they had deteriorated and they could either set it aside or get the new one and sell that one. like it, the options for Hot Toys is endless. It's not like a Marvel Legends. You're not gonna buy a $30 figure and then have to lose out and sell it for $5. You know what I mean? Or
Exactly.
10. You may take a hit, but it won't be a big hit like that. You know what I mean? That's shipping prices.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. And I know a lot of people left. I remember Aries talked about it, and I believe Denobi talked about that too. That's why they kind of got out of the whole vintage line, because they realized that collection, what they weren't having fun with it, one, and then the money was, it didn't, they didn't hold their value at all. Definitely. And I just think when it comes to with Hot Toys as a business and 2.0s now, one, you got to look at it for the collectors that want pieces and just love the art and just love the figures themselves. Just look at it for that. They're going, it's a business, they're going to make multiples, and that's just what it is. For the people that are collecting for the financial aspect of it, you look at it just like any financial institution. Look at it as, okay, know when to buy, know when to sell. Educate yourself on all aspects of Hot Toys and this figure business. Watch the trends, and then know, like I say, know when to sell and know when to buy. And you'll be fine if you do that. But that's if you want to play it. But for me
Yep.
personally, I look at it as, I'm a lover of art. So whatever they come out with, I'm kind of like, I'm a fan for. But it does get kind of, and I think somebody in the chat said it, it's like, I think it comes to a point where it's like, yeah, I think Hold Your Balls said it. He was like, hold my balls. uh he's like, damn your grails, you know what I'm saying? Like, is grails going to be a thing anymore? And maybe not so much, but they still are. But then you got to look at it like this: what's a grail to you? And that's where we come from. And the financial aspect of grails, maybe not what it used to be, but if it's a personal grail to you, it's a grail to you. And we just got to look
Yeah.
at it that.
Yeah, there's two types of grills. There's two
Yep.
types of grills,
Sure.
honestly. There's the financial one, and then there's the emotional attachment or personal one, like you said earlier. Personal, financial. Those are the two. You know,
you
3 zeros will go in grill status because they don't do reissues. They'll do a
With
second
big-
run, but it's the same thing. They don't do reissues. They do second runs, and if they'll probably add more to the batch run itself. They'll just keep printing it if it's popular, and that's going for like Transformer stuff, the DXL stuff, because right now that's like hot and popular. It's affordable. It's hefty. People want those. But for Hot Toys, you're looking for grails, they don't exist anymore in our climate unless you're talking about signature pieces such as the DX07 signature piece, because it's capturing a moment in time.
Exactly.
And I digress.
Absolutely. Mr. Holbrook, thank you for the 199 bomb. He said, do y'all know when Stealth Cap is going up for pre-order? I'm not sure. That's a good question, because I think it released. It's actually like,
Hong Kong released it.
They released it in Hong Kong. So
I think, because we got blogger photos.
we got blogger photos. If we got the blogger photos, that's ready to go. So anytime at any moment, I'm sure we should be seeing something from either Sideshow. We should be seeing something from Sideshow. We should be getting some emails, I would say, this evening, if they haven't already put up some stuff. So just stay tuned to what they're doing. If we find anything, we'll definitely let you know. I'll go on Instagram or whatever, like, hey, it's up, or put up something. So it's just a matter of time. But yeah, they're up. They're coming. Just want to go through the chat real quick because we're trying to catch up. You guys are killing it today. Let me see. I'm just looking at some of the stuff. Let's go to our guy right here, El Professoro, and we got 70. Jesus Christ, that's for a morning stream. That's big for me. 70. We got 70 people in here, guys. Thank you so much. We're gonna be closing out in a little bit. I keep saying that, but
we already hit the hour mark, bro.
We've already hit it. I know. We got Mario. He says the vintage Kenner line was a modern vintage collection. The modern vintage collection have skyrocketed. Oh wow, didn't know that. I mean, I would guess so with the whole. I mean, that's a whole other conversation with that.
Yeah.
Well, you have a discontinued company, a company that's not necessarily in business. So therefore, it's a rarity now because it's not in business. Hot Toys is currently in its long, hard strides right now, like in its prime, not like the rarity heyday, but now it's available heyday. Pick and choose when you want it.
Right.
So
There you go. That's well said. Well,
Mhm.
as we're closing out, well, we got Carlos in here. Let me see what Carlos was like. He said, "Love the figure, but I never liked the sculpt from the Solo movie." And you know what? This sculpt looks better. And I know a
perfect.
lot of people. Yeah, this if we get this sculpt, I'm good. I'm definitely good if we get this sculpt. The last sculpt from the last movie, I liked it. I thought it was okay. But yeah, it's 50-50.
You
Second
know,
thing,
not taking nothing away from Brother Chadwick, but the first sculpt is just like when I saw it, I was just like, "What's happening, Lamont?" You know,
right.
it had a Rollo feel to me. You know,
Oh my god.
it had a Rollo feel to me. All you need was that denim hat, and
Oh
that,
my god.
that's the feel that I got. It was like Uptown Saturday Night when I saw it.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know, we got it done. There was the effort made, and I appreciate what was done.
Right. But we
But-
definitely need an update.
The scope definitely needed an update.
Yeah.
I was like, now this right here brings it home.
Yeah.
The scope brings it home. Like I said, this one justifies a 2.0.
It does.
It justifies a 2.0. And looking at that scope, that right there, that pose right there that he's doing, I know when I get it, that's the pose he's going to be. And it's going to be by himself outside of my collection in my office.
There you go.
That's where he's going to sit. That's where he's going to sit.
I do feel like we need another one because when I saw this, I was like, it's not accurate to the film because I remember him having, like, you know what I'm saying, the in the costume, you know, we need that, you know, ritual ceremonial battle T'Challa. We need that figure. And somebody else said it in the chat. If we, and forgive me for not remembering, this is hard work, guys. But if this is successful, which it will be, they'll continue his line. They'll continue his legacy in figure form. So you're gonna get that Star-Lord T'Challa. You'll get a ceremonial battle T'Challa, you know, or something like that. We'll keep getting them. And I know some people may feel like, oh, that's a cash grab. They're, you know, capitalizing on his likeness or whatever. I mean, as long as it's for a good cause and as long as his family is cool with it and they do it respectfully, I'm all in. I'm all in.
You know, one thing someone in chat just was putting in. I think I've seen it a couple of times about pricing. What would you think? What the price would be?
305.
To address that.
About
305.
You think 305?
I think 305 because the Black Panther 2 was 250, 256, something like that. And it came with the light up feature, diorama basically that cardboard crap that they charge a premium for some reason. And we also got the head sculpt with that one. This one, we're getting the head sculpt and the masked version and have an extra masked version. We could hope for 275, but think of Doctor Strange.
Yep. Braden's saying 355. Yep. Yeah.
Braden's saying I'm hoping 305. Look at Kate Bishop and Hawkeye. You know, those are your other examples.
With that newly updated suit, if this was just like a straight like reissue of the last suit and they gave us a couple of other accessories, I would have said like 250, 270, something like that. But I think 305 is a good middle ground, Lou. I gotta agree with you on that. Yep.
Yeah.
No.
Can't beat it.
Yep.
Can't beat it. The only thing you can do is destroy it. Be like, no, my wallet. It's already hurting.
Yeah, because you're getting that new suit, you're getting a new body. You're getting a new suit.
Everything's
new. Articulate. Everything's brand new. New sculpt. If they throw in the old scope, that'd be some bullshit. But
It won't be the old scope. It won't be the old scope. You can
Yeah.
tell by the proportions of the traps, the abdomen, the chest. Like second brother knows he's into bodybuilding. He can tell. You can see the elongated torso from the first one, where this one's more streamlined. It looks like a human in a bodysuit. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like
a head sitting on a peg.
Bingo.
There you go.
No.
There you go. Yeah, and that's absolutely correct, because you can see the body proportion differences between this suit and the second suit.
Sorry to cut you off. You said the Marvel figures are up now, so they're probably up for pre-order now on Sideshow. Chris, is that right?
If that's the case, let's take a breeze to it. Let's see. Because I'm curious to see. Because I know Geeking Out is bugging out right now, trying to figure out what's the price. Everybody's having their guess. I already put my guess in before I left. So
we go to what's new, and let's get off this. Give me a stop screen, and we'll go to share.
So what do you think? What should we call it? The endgame cap is going to cost, and the 46 is going to cost. What do you think? What's your guesses?
That's
275, 285.
275, 285 for both.
I was thinking about 285.
And for the Iron Man,
for the Iron Man, you're probably talking about 340, 370 probably.
I see 415, 420 on that one because of the diorama base.
I'm not seeing I'm not seeing them when they say when I go up to what's new.
Check the Marvel listings. See if it pops up on Marvel listings.
What's new? They weird with that. You got it.
Let me go to Hot Toys and we'll go to the Marvel. Same as usual. Same business as usual. Let me do Captain America.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah, sometimes I do not have the best luck with Sideshow.
Sideshow will be having things hidden behind things.
Marvel figures are up in what aspect? Are you saying they're up in price, or are you saying they're up on Sideshow? Are you saying they're up on T-Dubs? Where are you saying it's up at? Because that's
he said no. He said no. He meant up in pricing.
Okay. So
okay.
That's good. All right. So now we know.
Now we know. But definitely. Mario brought this up last night. He said for some reason we got a quarter. He said a quarter scale potted. Yeah,
that's a reissue.
The quarter scale. Was that quarter scale? Wait a minute. It was quarter scale. You're right.
Yeah. That's a reissue. That's a hardcore reissue. That's not even nothing new with it. Not even paint. It's a reissue.
They probably did that for the show. The little the shorts that they got up.
Yep, that's exactly what it's for.
Capitalize off that money, and they probably had a whole bunch of them sitting in the factory already. But guys, I mean, shoot, we killed it. That was a great show. The chat, you guys killed it. We had unexpected guests. Once again, Dana, thank you so much for coming. It's great to see people, that I, no, that I usually don't talk figures with in the streams. That's awesome. Definitely. But what you start with Lou? What you got going on, man?
Coffee. Today was supposed to be a nice fulfilled day. I was going to do the live stream, which I still think I'll do for the Sentinel. I'll shorten it before that. Yeah, I don't know if I should just break it down into a video or do a live stream on it and premiere it. I'm still working the kinks out on how I'm going to approach it. I still got to take care of family first and stuff, and then I got was it Figure Flex Friday today? Show your mega flexes. That means you too, brother cousins, and you too, second brother. You need to take a picture of your mega flex, okay? And don't do it all in one shot. Spread it out. We still got the month of August. You can spread it out.
I'm gonna have to do with little sprinkle here, because I'm gonna tell you it's enough sprinkle. It's enough sprinkle.
Yes, salt and pepper. Salt and pepper that bad boy. Salt and pepper
with a little bit of glitter in it. You know,
So-
that's for Candy Cousins right there. We'll put
Oh my God.
little bit
Candy
of
Cousins.
glitter on it.
Just a little
Yeah,
bit of
so-
glitter, baby. You know how we do.
So the next time we on stream together, you got to put the hashtag Candy Cousins. You got to put the hashtag Macho Dad, and I'll stay with my tripod daddy. You already know. So,
But my son taken to the moniker of Little Macho. So you want us
Little
to be
Macho.
the Macho Dad with Little Macho.
Little Macho. There you go.
There you
There you go.
So,
But Figure Flex Friday today with Lael on 16 Scale Man channel. Then Half Show Saturday. We are going to postpone Half Show Saturday.
No.
So that way we could talk about news and then do the game streaming and do it proper. You know, we're going to split it up into 2 parts for that. And take a little hiatus because there's a couple of toy news to go out there, but it's not something that, you know, it's dire to talk about. We could talk about that next week and just see how, you know, it accumulates.
Exactly.
Then Collectors Lounge International with Lael at 16 Scale Man and Ben and everyone else, Killer Cam, Focus, all of them, you know, all the cool cats. S Bean on Mondays, Maz on Tuesdays, Geeking Out also Sundays and Wednesdays, and whenever else they throw down, because they probably still live right now. Probably hop back on their stream and just be like, "Yo, what's up? What you guys doing?" But
Rotating.
yeah, I'm always a busy man throughout the week when it comes to streaming. But there's times that I'm gonna have to say no. We'll see what happens this weekend. I might take a full weekend and just do the family thing, rest up, and you know whatnot. But stay tuned. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Bell notifications for more from your boy Loco Lou, aka Tripod Daddy.
There you go. Thank you so much for being here. Glad you was able to make it this morning. I know these early streams are early, but you know, you gotta know your spots. You gotta get in when you fit in. Second brother, what's going on with you, brother?
Yeah, you know, just maintaining. You got this little guy over here he's keeping himself entertained. He's more of a vintage gamer.
There
With
you
this Bobo's Big Adventure, wherever that is, you know. And then some crazy, you know, kids these days look at the craziest stuff. It's a thing called Baldi's Basics. We got some bald head dude in Minecraft chasing you like a serial killer. And
Oh my god.
man,
Oh my god.
I'm sitting up there just like, you know, there's no guardrails no more. And I'm sitting up there looking, I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is weird.
Yeah. This
But-
is why it's important to always be knowing what your kid's doing.
You
You know what I
always
mean?
got to keep your ear to the ground.
Always.
My son came to me
Always.
today, said, "Dad, I corrected you." Da 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 da. No, you need to stop capping. I'm like, "What you mean capping? What is that?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, "Damn,
Slang.
I know I'm old. I know I'm
No
old.
capping. No capping. That's right.
No capping." I'm
No
like,
cap,
"What do you
no
mean no
cap.
capping?" You're like, "Did this little joker tell me I'm lying?"
That's
Something.
right.
Yeah.
No cap. No cap.
What? So, trying to keep up. You know.
I love it.
Man, you know, it's adventure. And little brother, it's coming for you. It is coming for you fast.
Only thing that keeps me young is the music, and I still hang around a lot of younger cats. So I remember when I heard, you know, that no cap a couple years ago, I was like, what? Cap?
What?
What about capping? I was like, capping? What are you talking about? He said, you capping, bro. I was like, what? And he said, I was like,
I ain't shoot
I'm
nobody.
thinking about somebody busting shots. When
that's
I
what
hear
I'm thinking. I was
I
like,
ain't
I ain't
shoot
shoot
nobody.
I ain't shoot nobody. What you talking about? I'm capping. He's like, you lying, bro. I was like, oh no. I tell you, when somebody told me, this is when I knew I was old. When somebody told me, they was like, they sent a text, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna come there and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and I see that, and he was like, say less. It's like, what do you mean say less?
Yeah,
What?
say less.
No,
Say
what
less.
do you mean to say less? He was like, no, I'm just saying I got you. Say less. No, I got you. That's what it means. I was like, oh, I thought you was being disrespectful. I was like, what do you mean say less?
Say less is the equivalent of say no more.
Say no more. Say no more. You know.
Say no
So-
more. That was that before.
like the term "I'm Gucci," and I heard that term. I'm like, "I'm Gucci." I'm like, "Dude, you on hot dogs and pork and beans? What you mean you Gucci?" I'm like,
Good, bro. I'm good.
I'm like, what? I'm like, oh, okay. All right. I got it. I've been too much in my cave. I need to get out in the world with other people. I get it. But what I'm sitting there getting into, I got a question from people out there, and you can put it in the chat, or you can put it in the comments later on. For my channel, I really want to get into the psychology of how films affected people in their lives. I would like to know that. I know the Karate Kid for me was a life changer.
Yes.
That right there, that film right there. And even I met Ralph Macchio and told him 2 films that I turned around and saw, and 3 actually, with him that actually affected my upbringing and how the way I carry myself as a person.
Absolutely.
That was The Outsiders, Karate Kid, and Crossroads. And everybody know about the Crossroads is about the blues singer Robert Johnson when he sold his soul to the devil to play the blues.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good movie.
So I'm probably speaking on some stuff. People are like, what is this old dude talking about?
No, because you actually talked to Ralph Macchio about that, didn't you?
Oh yeah. At length. About that.
That's a good movie from the 80s. You guys need to check that out. That is a masterpiece. That's one of his best movies. And a lot of people don't talk about it. So
what's funny? A lot of somebody put a boomer stream and they was laughing.
Funny.
I was like, well, you got to look at it like this. If it wasn't for no boomers like myself and like some of the older ones, you wouldn't have the MCU that you got right now.
That's true.
Facts.
Wait a minute, we are nowhere near boomers. That's bull.
Nah.
We're a Gen Xer. Me and Lou are like, I don't even know what they call us. Xennial.
We're Generation X.
No.
Or Z. What is it?
You're Generation X. We're like Generation.
I'm an 85. I was born in 85.
Oh, you're a millennial, bro. We're millennials. You're a millennial. Yo, you're a millennial. You're a millennial. We're elder millennials. That's what we are.
I can say this. I can roll around and jujitsu the best 26-year-old.
There you go. There you go.
Maybe a little slow getting up. Yeah. But I'm just sitting there like, okay, you go ahead and do your little thing. And then when I hear you take that breath, like, gotcha.
Got him.
That recovery, but hey, that recovery time, it is a bitch. I would tell you
Tap out season. I
want to bring this up before I go. It says single songwriter said, reminder, this is true. This is only Q3 in Hot Toys timeline. We still have until September for Q3 figures, and then for Q3 figures, and then Q4 begins. Hold on tight, many figures coming. That ain't nothing but the truth. The storm is a brewing. It is a brewing. Definitely.
This single songwriter, you're not a relic, man. We like fine wine. We get better with age.
Yep.
So 80s is not. No, I think 80s are. You're a millennial up until I think 80. I think 81. You're a millennial. We just like for all those people that was born in 81, we just made millennial. But if you look like you 85, you're millennial, bro.
Well, I thought millennials for those who were born in the 2000s. No. I thought millennials were for those who were born in the 2000s. They didn't experience the 90s and they didn't experience the 80s.
See, that's where it gets kind of weird because we could do a whole nother damn stream on that. That's where it gets weird because, like, for me and you, Lou, we remember when there were no like computers or anything. We knew how before all that. Exactly.
I still remember when I had to be the remote.
There you go.
Wait a minute, that's generational, man. Everybody, I had to be the remote. I'm pretty sure before televisions came out, somebody had to hold it. I know my mama and your mama probably had to hold the antenna for the radio.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we all know that. You know that.
Yes. Some of these kids don't. They don't.
AJ broke it down. 81 to 96 are millennials. There we go. I thought that. See, I thought that's right. Yup.
81 and 96 millennials. Okay.
Millennials are 90s kids. Yep.
All right. There we go.
Blue tattoo.
Look. I'm old because I still say the word reefer for weed, and people get a kick out of that.
You just got me demonetized. Thank you.
It's just jokes.
He was talking about. Never mind.
No.
I'm kidding. They don't care anymore.
It's called language. That's all that we're doing. We're
Right.
expressing the time.
They don't care. Nah, they don't care anymore. They really don't. They don't. I see the witch, but they don't care now. If we were showing it, that'd be a whole nother thing. But
no, we ain't doing that.
yeah, but no, guys, it's been a great stream. Glad to have you guys here. Shout out to everybody that's been in the chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you for killing the single songwriter collect. I'm gonna read all y'all names too. And then I'm gonna go clean everything out. Look, we got this Joker comes in here at the last. You all late, Sebastian.
Always late.
You late, bro. You late. You supposed to have been on the stream and everything. You late. Now you want to jump the stream. Nah. We gonna get you in there.
He go out in the yard and turn on the water hose and put water on himself.
And of course, we got my guy 1/6 shooter. Got to get this guy on the stream too. So of course, I just bought the original Black Panther figure last year, and they come out with this one. Definitely. But I'm gonna read all the people that was here. Shout out to Blue Tattoo. Shout out to Blue Tattoo. Shout out to Single Songwriter. 1/6 shooter. Sebastian Knight. M Dyson. Blitz 0065. El Professor Mario, our guy, one of the greatest guys on earth. Love Mario, love you, Mario. That's my guy right there. Gross Misconduct, Blue Tattoo, Quiet Enough, Uncommon Flex, AJ, Single Songwriter, said him already. I'm gonna keep doing that. Collecting Madness, Quiet Enough, Jerry, Uncommon Flex. I think I said it already. Braden, of course, Mike Fella. Collecting Madness, Collier Kid, Marco Polo, Blue Tattoo,
Ren's Talentino,
Ren's the talented Ren's Talentino, Miles Bennett Dyson, David Lynchen, Marco Polo, who else we got here? Who else go? Mike Fella, Mr. Holbrook, thank you for the super chats, of course. Luminar, the matriarch herself, thank you so much. Rohan Unsing, we got you there too. Thank you so much. We had Sean Smith. Thank you as much. Bloodsport 1, thank you so much. Dana Rowden herself, thank you so much. Thank you so much. My former work wife, my big sister. Thank you so much, Dana, for coming by. Always amazing to hear from you. Let me see who we got here. Hardy Rifter, Had Rifter 25. Collector Joey, Shamo Fun, Frenzy's Figures, always good to see him here, always. Of course, said Ren Santino, the Toy Box, J Hunter Review. There's some people I haven't seen before. Watch Your Six. That's a dope ass name. That's dope. King Black Bolt. Remember, don't just type. Don't say anything. King Black Bolt. Definitely good to have him here as well. Sorry what happened to you. What Wanda did to you in the movie. That was awful. Art Man. Kristen Lopez. Who else we got here? We have a lot of people. Yamo was in here. Ryan McCarthy, and of course, I'm going to give him a shout out, even though I said his name again. Braden, for always holding it down, always being even.
Wait a minute. Did you name one person? The Macho Dad had to get involved in this. You can get in one person that's involved. And then we've got to give a big shout out to the Big Dog Pound #1.
Big Dog Pound #1. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's right, Macho Dad. Hell yeah. Man, guys, this is a great stream. I love what we doing. I love the spontaneity of all. That's a good word. Spontaneity. I love the spontaneity of just jumping up and doing streams. You guys are awesome. Once again, hey, we'll see you next time. Peace.